Hey guys, it's Debonair, and you know me as the host of this here channel known as Indie Year, a show where we get your games up and running as fast as we possibly can. And in the previous video, I informed you guys that not only should you be making games, but you should be making applications in hopes of finding a way to make game development and programming your full-time career. We are using BuildBox, the no-code solution for making some of our applications. Of course, though, because of their business model, we will be switching to Unity in the future, so be on the lookout for those videos. Today, we are doing a continuation of making a VTuber that you will be able to use for your YouTubing pleasure. Now, right now, I'm using Mega Man Battle Network or megaman.exe as my character model, but you guys can use your very own character models. In the previous video, I showed you how to chop up a model using Blender. We decapitated megaman.exe here, as you can see with the head, and then I showed you how to manipulate a PNG file that comes with your character model in order to get your character to be able to talk, is what you're seeing right here. So if you missed that, use the annotations to follow or the link in the description. Today, we are going to try to get our character to blink. I think it's very easy though, because we do have a PNG with our blinking character. So let's get right into it. So let me make this smaller and then close it. All right, so we do have another model. We can, now you can't just duplicate these and then change their you can't duplicate these models and change their PNG files, their textures, because a duplicated model is linked to the previous model texturally. Not the information that's inside of that model, but specifically when it comes to textures. So you have to bring in another model. So we're bringing in another model. Okay. We're going to import that model. We're going to make sure that this model is no longer dynamic. We're also going to take that model. Oh, yeah. So we're going to, the model is good. Now we're going to tap where it's positioned at. Let me get out of this camera view. And we're going to put it exactly where our other models are, number 4. Okay. And last but not least, I'm going to find my my PNG that has his eyes closed. So let me find that PNG file. Oh man. The PNG file with his eyes closed. Let me drag that out real quick. Let's see if we get lucky. Oh, those are the alternate colors. That looks kind of cool. But I'm looking for a PNG with his eyes closed. Oh, the black and white? Okay. All right. It looks like that's not it. So the solution to our problem, because we don't have the model with the eyes closed here, is to manipulate the model. So we're going to take and we're going to delete this model from our project. Right, we got a couple of things, I guess freezing up. Yeah, we got this freezing up right now. So we're going to delete it from our project. And we're going to first save this. Save as, and we're going to call it, I'm going to call it for you guys, make a VTuber. Now do understand that although you see me making this application here, the application eventually will be available in the Google Play Store. And the links to this project will only be able to be released once we get to 1,000 subscribers. So you know what to do, but if you don't know what to do, you have to share the content with others who want to develop video games and programs and applications for ultimately for a career, guys. Okay. So now that I've saved the project just to be on the safe side, I'm going to close BuildBox. We're going to reopen Blender, and we're going to import the 3D model that has its eyes closed, so that we were able to see. So let's go here. Oh no, that was exporting. I said import. OBJ. And actually, let's check which one had its eyes closed. I'm looking for that right now, because I know there was also one that we saw previously that had its eyes closed, but also was wearing the mask. I don't want the one that's wearing the mask, because then that's just going to cover his mouth. Okay, so found the one. It's the U. I don't know why they named it that way, but I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to use it. All right, U. Let's make sure I've selected the correct one. All right. So as you guys can see, the eyes are closed on this model. The way they achieved that, I do believe they just made, let's show you edit mode. They just made what is the word I'm looking for? They just made some skin for the eyes, right? Because look, watch. If I delete here, delete all this, his eyes should be open. Okay, give me a moment. You see that? His eyes are open. So these are just models. So I have a choice of keeping the whole head or just the eyes. I would much rather keep the whole head. It helps when it comes to the uh, selecting the origin of the parts and making sure that the whole center of gravity is at the center of mass, or the gravity is at the center of mass, just to make sure everything is exactly the same. So again, that way we can create as flawless of an effect as we did for the previous project. Now remember, I'm creating this VTuber, um, I'm doing this project because I'm going to attempt to create or launch a Mega Man Battle Network channel. And I am hoping that this guy here can be the face of the channel and talk to the viewers and things of that nature. So definitely trying to make sure that we can get him to we'll probably be getting him to talk. So we're going to have to synthesize his voice and all that good stuff. So please stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I did all that and more, because I am going to do it. And I can definitely use your support. And hopefully you guys learn how to do it, make your own characters too, or create your own characters. But me personally, when it comes to VTubing or VTubers, I don't really care for these new VTubers. I don't care for them that much. And hold on, Is it me, or does that look like an open mouth? That looks like an open mouth. Hey, I think this is using the. I think it's using the blend model from the other one. That's cool. That's cool. That works. It's using the what's the word I'm looking for? It's using the PNG. It's reading the wrong PNG, but I'm not complaining. It's a okay. All right, so we just want to remove all this extra because we're trying our best to make sure that it lays flush. This character model is actually not designed exactly like the other character model. So it could pose a little bit of difficulty. So hopefully it doesn't. Let me see. Or the way that I cut up the other character model is not exactly like this one, but I don't make the character models, you know? I just steal them. Okay, okay. So, all right, so we got that all cut up. Cut, delete. Okay. And you guys remember we hit the object. We got to select both these objects actually. I'm gonna hit Control J to join them, so that just to guarantee that they're going to move where they're supposed to move. I'm going to set the object to origin here. All right, that looks about right, but we won't really know until we get it into build box. Gonna center it all out. All right, and this is what our closed eye, wide mouth character looks like right now. Gonna go to File, going to Export, going to do OBJ. And as you guys can see, we're going to go into our original file and we're going to say, we're going to say, we're just going to do closed eyes right here. Okay. And we're going to export. Give it a moment. Let it do its thing. All right. And hopefully that was done correctly. We don't need to save, but you can save if you want. We're going to reopen build box once more. Ooh, and it worked on the first try. We're going to open our making a VTuber. Um, as I stated before, although I'm using megaman.exe, you guys can take and download 3D models from, say, VG Resources or any other link in the description. And and while you're doing that, you can also create your own models and um, import them into this engine. I just do this a little bit faster for me, and specifically I need that character to here we go, place it at, or I need to make sure that it aligns properly. Damn, it doesn't align, it doesn't align perfectly. I think that's because um let me see. Yeah, that doesn't align. Oh, that doesn't align perfectly. You can clearly see that it doesn't. Let's see if I can get it to align perfectly. Nope. That's because it's not the same character model. So I probably should have just taken the eyes. At the same time, I don't want the eyes to come right there right away. But let's see. Let's see how well it works. Let's see if we can get lucky. Now, the cool thing is I could bring any PNG file in. We're going to bring the original here, because even though it's like that, um, dang, all right. Let me see. Man, I can't believe I messed up like that. Okay, okay. That looked like a perfect eye closing thing. Remember that it's going to be dynamic when it first come in, so you want it to be static. Next, let's see. So the other one's going to be blinking the whole time. And so I guess this one's going to have to be, because it's probably going to be the first one that you see when the game comes on. So this one is going to have to be invisible starting off. Yeah, yeah. So we make it invisible starting off. Um, so I'm going to just go into the character model. I think it's this one. Yeah. We're going to just copy that real quick. Put a closed eyes paste. Make it invisible. I mean, make it visible. Well, no, it should be invisible when it starts off, so I can see the other one. So make it invisible. And then, of course, it's going to need a delay. All right. So now, after the visibility is set, it's going to wait a couple of seconds. I'm trying to figure out how many seconds it should be before, like how fast it should blink. So let's say it's going to wait a half second, blink, and then become invisible again, like immediately. I'll put a delay just to be on the safe side. And I want this blink to be like a regular person's blink, right? So let's make this blink. I want it to be even less than a half a second, like super fast. And then set the visibility to invisible once again. Okay. Moment of truth, guys. Let's see. Oh man. All I need is nothing to. What? Hmm. Okay. Let's reverse it. Yeah, yeah. We gotta reverse it. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's just the wrong character model. Um, yeah, it's not too bad. It's just the wrong character model. So we've just learned something. Make sure that your characters, um, make sure that you use the exact same models. Because look, you can even see the model change three-dimensionally, right? So using the exact same models would be best. Which means that the solution to the problem that I had would be either one, doing what those guys did, and or the person who created 3D model did, and taking and just making an eyelid to put over this eye, and then of course, um, doing that really fast, doing the blinking part really fast. But I would say this calls for excellent celebration, guys. And can you please celebrate by pressing the like button, please? It would be really appreciated. After this wow, I got a character to be animated here. Later on, as I said, we're going to learn how to turn the heads so that you can control what your character is looking at. We're also going to learn to turn the eyes and things of that nature. Probably basically start to set up a rig. Remember that in order to get the blinking to go, and like you should have the blinking on auto, but as far as the talking, the easiest way is to have the talking work for you is to go into the model and have what is the word I'm looking for? Have a button, have a UI button trigger instead of like this trigger's on start. You can simply go to UI button and have a UI button that will when pressed will play everything for you. And that way, just tapping that button will allow you to have the character talk. I think that would be way better, and then it would be a lot easier. Of course, in order to get that character to talk, you're going to need to use something other than BuildBox right now, because it doesn't allow you to do recording and things of that nature just yet. But if you are a BuildBox user, here you go. As I stated before, we are making a VTuber specifically for an upcoming channel that I am working on, and I'm planning on having an awesome VTuber right now. Matter of fact, I think I'm gonna post this to the to the Instagram. So with all that being said, I'm running out of time, guys. So I'll be talking to you guys in the next video where we're going to um, trigger or create a trigger for speaking. And we're going to begin putting this character on a skeletal system so that you can trigger emotes, so you can trigger things that the character does outside of what just the head and face does. And that way we could bring a little bit more life to this character. And then eventually, hopefully, we'll be able to put this character together all in under one project. Okay, so if that sounds like something you're into, please stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe. Remember that our BB docs will not be released until we get to 1,000 subscribers. So that means that you guys have to help us and share. I am Debonair, and you know me as the host of this here channel known as Indie Year, a show where we get your games up and running as fast as we possibly can.